Let me show you how you can quickly hammer out an API call to fetch the information about a particular user. And now that we've written a few API calls already, you'll see that it's mostly just copy and paste at this point. So the way that we can create this new API call is to copy and paste our original GET request, and the URL endpoint for fetching the information about a particular user is going to be this. So we are going to have an endpoint that's /user followed by some number, some ID. And you should recall this syntax from the first lessons that we had with the hello and then a particular name. So this code is actually still relevant, but the only difference that we have is that we want to actually return the information not of all users, but of a particular user. And the way we can do that is access that individual element in the array. And to do that, I'm going to make sure that we're dealing with an integer here, and rec.params.id is what we are looking for. So rec.params.id is going to automatically store what we have coming in from the URL, and all we're doing is returning a JSON string consisting of the user at that particular position in the array. And I forget if you have to include this, but it's good to have anyways. In addition to body parser, there's also one called query parser, which might be required in order for this to work properly. In any case, it's good to have because we are going to need it in the future as well. So let's head over to Postman. And first, I'm going to fire my post user API call to create a bunch of users. And that is done. I've created 5 users. And then if I want to issue a GET request to see the information for user number 3, I can do that. And you see that the information is returned and the ID is 3. And similarly, if I specify an ID of 2, we get the information for the user with ID 2. So that's pretty straightforward. It's more or less just copying and pasting the previous one and making a few minor tweaks. That's it for this lesson, and I'll see you in the next lesson.